right, here we go. What are we doing, Jason? What are we doing today, huh? Degrees and radians. All right, so right now make a little circle. All right? Understand in a circle, when I say a circle, how many degrees are in a circle? How many total? 360, right? 360. Okay. Now, imagine that out of the 360 degrees that are in a circle, we wanted to focus in on one little tiny degree. I'm not saying that's exactly equal to a 1 degree, but you got to have what? 360 of those little guys that make up all the way. Now, sometimes it's a little bit easier. Typically, you guys break things down. That's a pretty easy degree. How many degrees is that right there? That's got to be 90. So imagine there was like 90 of them going in that quarter of a circle. All right? So degrees. How many in a circle? There's going to be what? 360 degrees in a circle. You should know that. That's something you should know. But now, listen. Minutes. Seconds. When you typically think of minutes and seconds, you think of a clock, right? Okay? Like, how many minutes are in an hour? 60, right? How many seconds are in a minute? 60. So use that concept. Stuff that you already know. Now, by the way, imagine this little tiny 1 degree. All right? I want you guys to write this down. 1 degree. One little tiny degree within it is equal to 60 minutes. Okay? One little tiny degree within it is 60 minutes. So imagine, right here I was just doing little tiny tick marks. There'd be 60 of those within it. So if I wanted to zoom in, okay? Let's say I made a better, like I zoomed in to our 1 degree. So let's say I said, in a part of a circle, trying to make an arc there. And I said, that's 1 degree. How many little tiny minutes would there be? 60 of those, right? So there's 60 minutes in 1 degree. Now, here is the symbol for minutes. Write this down. 1 degree equals 60 minutes. That's the symbol for minutes right there. 1 degree equals 60 minutes. Now, 1 degree equals 60 and 1 like a little tick mark. Right. Now, seconds. 1 minute. All right, I'll put 1 minute right here. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Just like in time. Well, in measuring degrees, you can also say 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. And seconds has 2 tick marks. So 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So let's say, for example, within this, like this right here, let's say that is 1 minute right there. So one of those spaces is 1 minute. Well, within that minute, guess what there are? 60 tiny little tick marks within that one little tiny space. Okay? So here's some conversions that you need to know. There are 60 minutes in 1 degree. There are 60 minutes in 1 degree, and there are 3,600 seconds in 1 degree. So you could say 60 minutes equals 1 degree. You could also say 3,600 seconds equals 1 degree. I'll put the symbol for degree. Right. So these are all the conversions that we're going to be using today. So right here, this part, that's 1 degree. Within that degree, there are what? There are 60 minutes. Within that 1 degree, there is also 3,600 tiny little seconds within that 1 degree. So this is the concept that we're going to be working on today. So knowing all this, we are going to work on problems. Now, by the way, when it says DMS on your paper, this is not a disease. Okay? DMS is not a disease. Degrees, minutes, and seconds. Okay? So, by the way, DMS stands for degrees, minutes, and seconds. We're going to work on number 2 and number 4, and you're going to use those examples to work on numbers 1 and 3. Here we go. Right now, this is negative 57.3278 degrees. So right now, you know you totally have negative 57 degrees, for sure. We have negative 57 degrees. Now, we need to figure out how many minutes this is right here. How many minutes that is. So here's what you do. You take this decimal, 0.3278. You take that decimal, and you multiply it by how many minutes there are in a whole degree. How many minutes are there in a whole degree? 60. So you multiply it by 60. And this will give you the number of minutes that you have. So here we go. We're going to take a 0.3278, and we're going to multiply it by 60. And we're going to press it. So how many minutes do we have? 19.668. So what I want you to do on your paper is write down 19.668. Now how many whole minutes do we have? How many whole minutes? 19. Bless you. That's right. We have 19 whole minutes. So here's what we have so far. We've got negative 57 degrees. And we now have 19 minutes, because that's the symbol for minute. And then we have another decimal. What's our next decimal that we got to worry about? Just the what? 0.66. So what you're going to do now is, by the way, that's not a whole minute. If it was a whole minute, that would equal 1, not a 0.668. You're going to take 0.668, and you're going to multiply that. By the way, how many seconds are there in 1 minute? So you multiply it by 60 again. Okay? Let's see what this gets, because this is going to equal the number of seconds we have. So you type in 0.668, multiply it by 60, and voila, we have what? 40.08. So right now I'm going to write 40.08. So we have 40.08 seconds. So we have a whole number of degrees. We've got negative 57 whole degrees. Then we took what? 0.3278. Make sure I typed it in. 3278. Multiplied by 60, we got this. We got 19 whole minutes. And then we took this decimal, 0.668, and multiplied it by 60 again, and got 40.08 seconds. This is your final answer for number 2. This is your final answer in what? Degrees, minutes, and seconds. If you would have rounded it to 40.1 seconds, that's okay too. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do problem number 4. So put problem number 4 in your journal. Problem number 4. Now we're going to change this that's in, by the way, this is negative 73 degrees. This is 14 minutes and 35 seconds. We're going to change this. Oh, it's 10:15. We're going to change this to a decimal. So it is 10:15, which means you're going to be leaving. But here's all I want you to do right now. Quick. Write down. It's negative 73 points. This is how you get your decimal. You're going to take 14. You're going to divide it by 60. Okay? And then you're going to add 35 over 3600. Okay? Because how many minutes are there in a whole degree? There are 60. And how many seconds are there in a whole degree? There's 3600. So take this right here, put it in your calculator, and that will give you your decimal. So I'm going to do it right now, real quick. 14 divided by 60 plus, was it 35 out of 3600? Okay. I'm going to get my decimal. 0.243. Do you see that 0.243? Yes, sir. All right. 0.243. That's what your approximate. Round to the nearest what? 1,000. So this is your answer, everybody. In degrees, negative 73.243 degrees. That's how you change degrees, minutes, and seconds to a decimal. So I'll do that for you.